what we're going to call basically Bad Movie Beatdown, Summer Suck-Tacular.
Woo! Summer!
Summer, yes, exactly. And right now in this basement, I am friggin' swimming in summer because holy crap, it is hot down here. No air conditioning. I am sweating through my shirt right now. This is going to be a fun 2 hours. I'm going to be really miserable, I think, by the end of this. But otherwise, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good, man. I've been home. I've had the air conditioner and the fans running all day, so the room is manageable. Don't get mad at me because I planned.
You're just like, oh, I suffer so much.
You got a
so
whole
nice and
house. I've got a dinky 2-bedroom apartment. All right, my air travels a less amount of distance.
Dude, I just touched my chest right now. I can feel I feel wet in my fingers through my shirt, and we haven't even started yet.
2 layers.
Dude, well, I'll try to
got this.
Yeah,
if I go ahead and go bare chest, I might as well be in like the Cayman Islands.
This is a light shirt, so I figured, it's not so bad.
I might as well be like one of those dudes that like just sits at a cabana fanning himself, drinking a drink, and having illegal money go through my bank account.
Right. Oh, yes, it's so tough. But instead, because we don't actually have that, we do this instead, in which case we watch really shitty movies.
Well, not just really shitty movies. The whole purpose of this particular week, 4 weeks that we're actually going to be doing of this, is that these movies are going to be some of the worst rated movies to ever release during the summer season, which is usually when you have like your big blockbusters, your memorable films, the things that you go out to the theater, buy your popcorn, and sit in an air-conditioned theater to just indulge in it. These things did not indulge, unfortunately. And we are starting off in honor of San Diego Comic-Con happening this weekend. We are going with an official comic book movie with animation stylings done by the great Ralph Bakshi. Now, the unfortunate thing about this movie is we both like it. We say it's a bad movie, but we both have a certain fondness for this film. And really, when you hear the story behind this thing, it could have been so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Studios, man.
It's funny because with Ralph Bakshi, he's arguably best known for this or maybe Lord of the Rings. Because he did the original Lord of the Rings from 1978 and introduced rotoscoping, which is going to be used here, which is the technique of animating over live action.
Right. But I would say there are other films that he's better known for, certainly. Wizards, Fire and Ice, American Pop. A lot of, directors like Spike Lee and Quentin Tarantino often mention Coonskin that he did. Mm-hmm. Which I don't think anybody can properly show with the amount of racism in that movie.
No, not at this point. Canceling being what it is. But this one here was unique because it came out in 1992. It was a movie with a completely then unknown Brad Pitt. By that point, Brad Pitt was basically known as that hot guy from Thelma and Louise and pretty much nothing else. So, that combination of Ralph Bakshi's take of trying to do a more adult version of Roger Rabbit, in the form of Hollywood, played in live action by Kim Basinger, who was clearly marketable at the time. And for those of us weird, quirky, teenagers that basically had no girlfriends, were never going to get one, Hollywood was quite the icon for geeks like us.
Yeah, before any of us found out about like whatever anime was, we had this.
I was not far much away from anime by that point.
Well, I mean, this was one of those movies that like we almost shouldn't have seen at a young age. The whole idea of the movie was that it was originally supposed to be a action horror sort of movie, a hard horror movie, but they knocked it down to a PG-13 to appeal to younger audiences. And even then, I still don't think this is something that like someone, unless you're in high school, should be watching.
Yeah. It tried, I think he was trying to go for something I don't know if you actually think heavy metal was too heavy, it was along the same lines what he's trying to do here. But
probably heavier than heavy metal because there were some dark tones in that movie.
Oh, yeah. I was 6 on that, but it's funny because with heavy metal, the thing I really remember the most is the music from that. But anyway, do you want to roll with this thing?
Oh, yeah, sure. We'll get into the minutia of the trivia and all the things that could have worked but just didn't in this film.
Yes.
Which, again, I am a fan of.
Nice. As the tagline was Hollywood if she could and she will. So.
All right. So I'm ready to start whenever you are.
All right. So I'm 4 seconds ahead of you. So I'm going to give you a countdown to 5 to 0, and then I'll just wait a couple more. So,
And of course, mind you, if anybody wants to go ahead and watch this along with us, you do so by going to Amazon Prime. If you're a Prime member, it
yes.
is free to watch.
So, which we will actually be doing some stuff on Prime probably a little over a month from now, which we have not talked about formally yet, but a conversation for a little later. Anyway, yeah. And by the way, if you're not sure, yeah, that thing, September 2nd.
Speaking of one of Bakshi's works.
Oh boy, we'll get into that one in a sec too. But anyway, we'll do countdown: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bam.
And bam for me. There we go.
Paramount.
Hey, look at that. Isn't that nice?
I gotta say, Paramount's been doing really well for themselves lately.
Oh yeah.
It's actually kind of surprising.
South Park movies now too, of which I have not actually bothered to see yet.
Well, just like ever since Sonic, like the first one, they've really been making a name for themselves. I still haven't signed up for Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I will. They just have to have a little bit more available.
They struggled with that hardcore early on too.
Frank Mancuso Jr.
Yeah.
That was the son of the head of Paramount at the time.
Kim Basinger's name is actually at the top of this too.
Well, yeah, she was definitely higher billed.
I know. Well, see, she was 4 years, I guess, removed from Batman at the time. And like I said, Johnny Depp was known for nothing else. Or I'm sorry, Brad Pitt was known for nothing else but, like I said, that hot guy from Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, I don't know why they put Gabriel Byrne in this, to be honest.
Yeah, well, they need to have some kind of
story goes that with Bakshi's original script, the hard R horror film, the leads were supposed to be Brad Pitt and Drew Barrymore. That's who we wanted to get. But the studio wanted to go ahead and get people that were a little bit more bankable, so that's why they brought on Basinger and Gabriel Byrne. The thing is, I can't think of anything Gabriel Byrne did at this time that warranted him being like a draw.
You know, the only thing I really arguably remember him from also was End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know him, like, you know the name, you know it weird because it looks like Bayern, but it's
He's a weird looking guy too.
Outside of that, like his this filmography, it just doesn't really hit. And when it comes to like memories. So in fact, the character that Brad Pitt plays in this movie, Bakshi added to the film so that this way Pitt could stay on.
And I'm pretty sure he does not put this on his resume at this point.
No, but I mean, again, you have to give some credit to this being one of the things that made him like a little bit more of a leaning man, because he had probably more dialogue than Gabriel Byrne did.
Sure. Gabriel Byrne was half brought in for name only.
Right. Well, no, I mean, when you watch the movie and you see how much he actually has to say, he does a lot more physical acting in this film than he does verbal. And of course, we're coming in 1945 after the war. Everyone's waiting for their soldier boys to come home. Well, soldier boys and girls, I guess. All right, first one was actually a girl, so it's like had to have everybody.
Wardrobe that will probably be no doubt used later in something else.
And there's clean.
There's our Mr. Pitt, yes, who apparently got some new leg tattoos that he showed off, and we're suddenly trending all over Twitter.
Look at him.
Yeah, God, he's young. What, he's like 27, 28.
He hasn't changed much though. It's just,
he kind of has
the facial hair on him.
His hair, yeah, I was gonna say his hair's changed. The tats have changed, and he's gone in and out of a couple marriages there.
But look at him in that suit. Come on.
Yeah. Like I said, that was the selling. I think that was the large way to the selling point. Yeah, you have Brad Pitt in a suit and like under 30 years old at this point.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you look at the posters for the thing. He's the only live action person on the poster, not Kim Basinger, not Gabriel Byrne.
Yeah.
He's just that good looking.
Yeah,
I'm man enough to say that.
Oh yeah, no, he's very man pretty. I'm allowed, it's okay.
Right.
He's man prettier than I am. That's for damn sure. So, but I mean, I've always been fond of period pieces. I've always had a feel good connection to them anyway. Weirdly enough, I met a guy who was one of the set designers for Boardwalk Empire today.
Back when forums were still viable.
Yeah.
Gotta show he's an all-American boy with a motorcycle.
With a motorcycle. Oh yeah, this is
motorcycle's the newest thing on that entire set.
It's like, it's. And I'm sure this won't have any bearing on the plot whatsoever, right?
I'm sorry, you win that in a poker game? What collateral were you using for a poker game when you got that? Were you selling the chickens? Were you selling the farm?
God, Mom, you're such a mom.
Come on, you have to enjoy the bike. If I didn't win the bike, you would have been someone else's by now.
Exactly.
You're all I had.
You know what? It's funny. Actually, I'm terrified of riding motorcycles. I really am.
I wouldn't do that.
My neighbor, when I was
traveling like 10 miles down the road, it's like bicycle speed.
when my neighbor, when I was a kid, crashed his motorcycle and he broke literally every single rib that he had, and he was laid up in the hospital for over 2 months.
Ugh.
Yeah. So ever since then, I've been kind of like,
Which, of course, folks, if you're just starting with us, we're only at 5 minutes and 20 seconds into the film. We just saw a gambling casino with big name branding and a couple of hot shots, drinking and driving.
Exactly.
Back in 45, that wasn't an issue.
Well, yeah, there's no road. You're just driving over dirt.
No other houses or buildings or anything on the road.
Hell, I remember Route 17 being like that years ago. But gee, I'm sure this won't mean anything, right? He just looks like
it's like when you see like two trains, it's like shortcuts to one, the next.
Yeah. And
okay, hold on. Now this is the first part that kills me. There was no buildings, there was no obstruction.
Yeah.
How do you not see the car coming?
Out of the corner of your eye, you see this thing making a turn over here, but
the bike's traveling 10 miles an hour. How do you not see this big roving car coming from a distance up towards you? And now he's having flashbacks.
Yeah.
Which, he didn't look like a guy that saw much action in war. He looked a little too fresh-faced. I feel like he was just waiting in the bunks.
Well, I mean, 1945 is still referred to it as shell-shocked instead of like PTSD or anything like that.
Yeah, see, he's calling for a medic for his mom.
There's a term for that where you just randomly kill someone off at the beginning of a movie just to advance the plot.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, you think she's injured at that point at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could tell she was dead because she had a little blood on her face.
I know that old chestnut.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not until she's wrapped up like a couch going on a U-Haul.
Dude, don't get me started. I cannot believe how difficult it is to give away free furniture. I got some great shit.
And then it just cuts to this. No long drawn in thing. No transference. Just Doc with the spike. It's like if you didn't know what this was going into it.
Exactly. Yeah. You're like, what acid trip am I on right now?
It's like he's just sitting there.
Yeah. The cops were literally like,
Back when cops were nice.
Very cool to me.
That's gonna get me letters.
That's right. So, hey, there we go. You know what? Actually, this reminds me of. Remember years later after this, they had that movie called Monkey Bone with Brendan Fraser. That was a terrible movie, but it kind of had the same feel that this does right now.
I get that.
Mm-hmm. What he probably construes as limbo, and he ends up with an animated world.
Oh yeah, because he's the weird one.
Exactly. Yeah, I forgot what the term was that they had for humans.
I'm sorry. What mad scientist laboratory has that black curtain like it's Ed Sullivan?
Well, see, that also really you could tell Bakshi is trying to go for like a darker, grittier feel here, but it's just darker and weirder. And that you can see right there when the scientist is poking him, you can tell it's definitely not as good as what Spielberg.
Oh yeah.
And what was it Zemeckis did with Roger Rabbit?
Well, even when you look at something like Space Jam.
Oh yeah. Still, by the way, the first Space Jam is better. You will never get me to think otherwise on that. Her cartoon.
You're not real.
See, yeah.
And see, he's just kind of going along with it because he's still like just shocked, shell shocked from everything.
Hell like there, I don't know. I would somewhere be like, am I dead? I know. By the way, the 5 people you meet in heaven, the movie.
It's like, how small are they going to make that doodle?
And yeah, I'm saying Pitt's gone, but fast forward
Vegas.
1992. So, present day, 1992.
Which I have to wonder, is it saying something that the only world that this particular spike, this giant light bulb needle that the Doc invented, only seems to go to Vegas?
That's how you get Gabriel Byrne into this.
Well, he's in prison, yeah.
Never would have made it.
Yeah, see, the whole thing was Brad was supposed to be this character.
Talking away.
Now, see, the backgrounds and the artistry, that's pure Bakshi.
Yeah, that is. Like I said, the
If you've
animation.
ever seen any of his movies, like the animation of the characters is one thing, but the environments that he creates, something completely different.
It has that dark, brooding feel that, I mean, obviously a lot of people will probably say Tim Burton like. But then see, the animation on these characters is very like Charles Schleicher.
Well, yeah, they said that the animation style was either Fleischer or Terry Toon cartoons, which
yes.
When you think about the kind of cartoons that Bakshi would have been inspired by, considering he was born in like the 30s, it makes sense that these would be the kind of stuff that would be created for Cool World. Nothing Disney-esque, really. Not even Warner Brothers, really.
No, Tim Burton, yeah, but like I said, this has just heavy metal written all over it right now.
Well, especially with Holly, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, actually, her name wasn't always originally Hollywood. It was Debbie Dallas.
Oh, gee, well.
Again, if we went for the R version, it would have been Debbie Dallas. Which still kind of fits.
Hollywood works, though.
Well, I think Nostalgia Critic kind of played into that idea when he was talking about this movie. He said that, it was kind of clever that's why she's named Hollywood, because she's messing up everything.
Yeah. But like I said, when I was, 15, 16 years old and saw the trailers for this, I was like, whoa. And I find Hollywood hotter than Jessica Rabbit. That was just me. But I was also, like I said, I never went to the prom because I could never get a date. So, this is the low end of the totem pole here years ago.
Ugly looking kids.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, overall, the animation on this is actually pretty sharp for its time. Like I said, it's that rotoscoping effect that he's known for. Because you can see the backgrounds on there combined with the animation. Curiously enough, Ralph Bakshi actually was supposedly do residuals for Lord of the Rings. Because there was something in his contract that said if they ever did a reboot of it, that he was entitled to residuals for it.
Now, the thing is, wooden nickels were a thing back in the day. Again, kind of dating where all the animation comes from.
Yeah.
They didn't do that, though. That is
no, they did not. Not the ones I ever had, no.
They had some phases. Sparks, I'm upset that they didn't give Sparks more to do in this movie.
It's been a while.
He could have been like an A-class like villain or even a anti-character. But this thing is so chopped up. Look at the little Mickey Mouse tower. Like they tried to get where they could, and all the random animation. It's just like, and even that, the fact that it goes like from animation to like a real car, but then when he's not coming in or out of the car, it's basically just flat, like a lot of the other decorations. See?
Yeah.
The one animated tire on the rest of the stuff that's like just cardboard.
Random safe, boom.
See, Sparks just had like that jealousy factor. He could have worked so well.
Well, how often do basically, studios get in the way of certain things? I mean, I'm sorry, for a 6-year-old, this is a little hard to be kid friendly. I mean, people had problems,
What? You had a dancing record. It was fine.
Well, because actually back then also, people had problems with Jessica Rabbit being too sensual for kids.
Right. Well, there you go. It's her watching Marilyn Monroe. So you can't say that she's not modeled partly off of her.
Yeah. But you can see in the back there, the animation is not aged well.
No, although I think that kind of like plays into everything. The fact that this is just animation from an older era, so of course it's going to look aged.
Yeah.
I can't even say it was like groundbreaking at the time that it came out.
Well, also, if you think about a year before that, they had done Terminator 2. So, I mean, granted, you had 4 years prior, you had Roger Rabbit, then you had Terminator 2, then you have this.
Well, if your mom got killed by a drunk, yeah, you would be too.
Now, I forgot, does time flow differently there? Or is it the same, or has it still been like 47 years, I guess?
Chances are time freezes because, I mean, think about it. Cartoons really don't age.
True.
So chances are that's why he hasn't aged either in like 40 some odd years.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, all the random animation stuff that you're seeing was just Bakshi telling them, you know what, just make anything and make it funny looking.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, whatever you find funny, just do it.
Yeah, because he had no script at that point. They changed the script on him.
But see, actually, at the same time, though, that gives people a lot of creative freedom to be like, well, why don't we try this? Why don't we do this? That sort of thing.
Right.
Probably certain artists like it. Probably certain artists hate it, I would think. Like, that random head just, with sunglasses going by.
Yeah, that was just Bakshi. See, even her sucking his finger is just like, and then he puts it by his nose. It's like, know where the finger was.
Violence, too.
Yeah, see, that was just Bakshi telling him just random stuff.
That almost feels just like an overlay that was just thrown over the top.
Yeah. Does the boob really have to be separated by that?
Yes, and there they go again. And it's funny because they disappeared midway through, too.
Right, and it was the same one as before. I always just imagine that was like Doodles panicking over Harley's machinations.
Now, see, that animation just doesn't look right, though. When she's like, believe it.
Wackadoo.
I know.
That's how you know that he hasn't aged any from the 40s.
Hey guys.
Hey, there you go. How you doing, sir? Hey.
Good. Look like
I expect you to be on.
Yeah, well, it was only for Tuesday on Wednesday.
Let me see if I
didn't know
can.
y'all was.
See,
I
if
didn't know
Hold on,
y'all
should we pause?
Oh, you know what? Hang on a sec. Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
Whatever.
let's pause.
All right.
We are paused, ladies and gentlemen, at 19 minutes and 31 seconds.
Okay.
So
Just so we can get Day on board. But yeah, I didn't think you were going to be here.
I didn't
for
think he
us.
was going to be either. Works for me.
Is
I'll
it
make
because
a
we went
pick.
from Thursday after Wednesday?
You see-
What? What?
You see, now the problem is basically the overlay is not may not work as well. Let me see what I got
I mean,
here.
I'm fine. I got Cool World in my corner. I've got Holly below me. So
Oh wow!
Hmm.
I said below. Below.
Yeah, we can't see underneath.
Wow.
You know what?
Still dirty, bro.
All right, let's see if I do this. What happens here?
Now I'm
Nah.
cut out.
I'll block my own dumb head.
No, you don't have to block your head, man.
No, I want to block my ugly head. We're going to
Yeah.
block have your chin there. So
All right. So I'm at 1926.
all right. So there we go. I think
That'll
that works. It's the best I can do.
All right.
All right. So basically, we'll do a countdown from say 3 on this one. You said 1926. You're at 31. I'm at 32. So
Well, hold on. Day, you've seen this movie before, right?
Of course.
Okay, all
Like-
right.
How many times as a child?
As a child,
Almost-
yes. I think we all watched it as a. There's a certain sect of the population that has only watched this as a child. I'm sure.
If
Or
you
at least
haven't,
started watching it.
yeah. If you haven't, then you had a suck life.
So you know what? Hang on a minute.
Okay, so then we don't have to tell you exactly what's happened up to this point. You're well aware.
Exactly.
Okay, Brad Pitt is leaving Holly's apartment at this point.
Okay.
They had a nice little argument. She wants him to help her out. He doesn't want to. That's where Gabriel Byrne's character comes into play. And she's just sitting there pouting.
Oh, she pouting in that seductive pout type style.
Exactly.
Yes, after being told to keep her legs closed.
I did not plan for actually 3 people on this one.
Guess what she's going to do next, ladies and gentlemen?
I am so sorry.
It's all right. We'll just do it that way.
That's like you stopped us right at the money shot.
Darn it.
So, all right, we good?
Yes, we are.
Oh, this is gateway stuff. I swear to God. All right.
It is.
Do you need a countdown?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. And there she goes with that puss on her.
Yeah, basic instinct.
And then it's all cats behind her.
That's
Yes.
probably what they're going for there. That one might have been an edict from Bakshi.
Well, yeah, it's funny considering like Kim Basinger had been, put around the studios as kind of like a sex pot in many sense. A lot of her roles were based upon her appeal physically and her allure and everything. Even when she got nominated for LA Confidential, it was basically because of that kind of characterization.
Sure.
But she actually wanted to help rewrite this after they had already rewritten it to try to make it more of a family movie for kids.
Really?
That was not happening.
No.
Actually, pretty much said, I love you for wanting that, but I am not the guy to do it.
No, leave it like it is. Leave it like it is.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, that is Ralph Bakshi is not the one to like play for kids. Even his most recent movie, The Last Days of Coney Island, which I've never gotten to see. I don't know if it got a theatrical release or not. Back in 2015, that was definitely, from what the stills I saw, that was just gritty.
Yo, this is a classic, man.
Like he did his kid stuff back in like the 60s when he first started doing animation for like Deputy Dog and all that.
God,
but let me tell you something. As a kid watching this basically intrigued me about Vegas.
Yeah, see, folks, comic books.
Exactly.
Books.
Yeah,
I was right to do this week.
There was the Joker with Killing Joke. See,
Yeah.
There was a Mask comic book?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. And it was.
Oh my god!
It was dark as hell. It was much darker than the movies.
Yeah, look at all the fake Cool World ones on the back.
Yeah. Old guy in the back just being like, I don't know who these kids are.
See, they even name drop
There-
Sparks, and yet he's barely going to be in this thing. It's a shame. In prison, one of a kind. For
Yeah.
140. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, it's 1992, though. Gas was still like $1.25.
Oh, and the big schmuck over in the corner there.
Tell him, Steve Dave. Oh, hello.
Coffee, huh?
Coffee, yes.
Yeah. It's like I have a thing for convicts.
Well, he's a half a celebrity.
She's like, yeah, okay.
I'm pitching this TV idea for the learning channel called Love After Lockup.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, exposition guy.
I mean, if you looked like you and talked like you.
She looks familiar, too.
Who are you? That probably could have been Brad Pitt if he had stayed in the real world. He would have been just that old, I guess. He's an old man. Leave him alone.
I don't know where I am. I want to go home.
But okay, so now I understand his premise. Because at first I forgot it was a long time. I didn't realize why he went to jail. So,
well, they needed that requisite exposition guy.
Yeah. But did he really kill his wife, or somebody that he created killed?
It's never made clear.
Yeah.
That's the thing you'll find out about this movie. It's a lot of visual stuff, but as far as the storytelling and like filling in the gaps, there are a lot of gaps.
You're right.
Hey, a 4.
Yeah, I don't know what it was with like the early 90s and like, badass animated babies. Between this and like
Bebe's Kids.
Bebe's Kids, I was going to mention, yeah. I almost wondered if we were to actually do Bebe's Kids.
But would it be considered bad movie beatdown, or would it be considered?
I don't know. No Beavis, no vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be considered a bad movie just from critical acclaim. This right here only has like maybe a 4% on Rotten Tomatoes.
And Bebe's Kids have what in Rotten Tomatoes?
Probably not.
I don't know. I was only looking at ones that were released during the summertime when I was looking for this stuff.
Oh, matter of fact, I got a DVD of it. Oh, I do. The only DVD available for Bebe's Kids.
You have a DVD of Bebe's Kids?
So do I.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Bebe's Kids. It's animation.
Right here.
Yeah,
nice.
That's the one I got.
The only thing you can find, they didn't even do a Blu-ray.
And the Goon Squad here. What were their names? Slash, Mash, Bash, and Lynette, I think.
A little baby butt there.
So I guess only crazy people jump in and out of this place?
Could be. Like I said, this is...
She's like the crazy Jessica Rabbit from the Rod Driver movie.
A man!
Yes, basically.
I'm surprised. Let me shut up. Censor.
Oh.
There she is.
Here she go.
There she goes.
Yeah, see, all the doodles are doing all the talking. He's not saying a damn thing. Yes, Holly.
Yeah.
You've been here before.
You're an animated world. Would anything really surprise you at this point?
Now, see, that effect actually worked pretty good.
That was nice. Yeah, with the hair. Yeah.
Even though it went right back to the hair he had. Like, nothing happened. Continuity, people. I don't know. How big can he really be considering a tune just like fell out of his fly?
Well, it's a cartoon world. Maybe things adjust.
I mean, his stuff just honked.
Oh, that's a good
See,
thing.
now, okay, see right there. Why would he want to erase her already? He's been here like maybe a couple of times.
If he just got out of prison, also, he's probably
that's the kind of thing that leads me to think, yeah, this guy really is just a weird killer guy.
Yeah, see, unfortunately, like I said, a lot of this doesn't hold up because you can tell the animation is off.
Yeah.
Even with that cigarette, it looked like she was poking him in the lower lip with it.
See, he was funny. I wish I could have had more from him, from MASH.
Him dead.
Is nothing innocent in this world?
No.
So messed up.
Extreme.
Whew. What if they really pushed the rated R with this?
It would have been heavy metal and then some.
I burn you because I dig you.
Take your cigarette from its holster and burn your initials in my shoulder.
So they call it the cops.
I like how with the running thing, they had to put Holly in front of him because otherwise him with his arm out running would have looked weird.
Yeah.
So you cover him as much as possible.
And even the car itself looked like boobs.
Yeah.
Oh, and an ass that won't quit.
Yeah.
So they call the cops the poppers?
Yeah. Because they use pop guns.
Oh.
Make it kid friendly, make it kid friendly,
It really passed that a long time ago.
And who does this song?
What's that?
Who does the song? Sex on Wheels.
I don't remember.
I forgot. Let's check.
It's like I'm looking on Amazon. It's like My Life with the something. I don't know.
No, who is it? My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. All right, back to the.
Ryan, are you familiar with the game Doodle Date?
Maybe.
There was a Game Grumps episode about this guy drew he drew an animation and fell in love with it, and basically it's everything you drew in the beginning, and then it's a choose your own adventure.
Wow.
That one, by the way, it was like from about 4 years ago.
The cops. It's just They just pop off.
It's like Mr. Potato, or just Potato Head.
You know what this cartoons remind me of? Like something you'll watch on MTV.
Yeah. The old, like, well, yeah, what 80s and 90s stuff that they used to have. Forget what the name of it was, but there was something like that.
Oh yeah, what was it? MTV Oddities?
Something like that. Yeah. They had some interesting animation back then, too. And I think that predated Daria and Beavis and Butthead.
Well, that's when you had things like, the
Mac.
Head, the Max.
Yeah, Aeon
Leon
Harder
Flux.
stuff.
Didn't they do a live action of that at some point?
Yeah.
Trying to, back when it was popular. Yeah, see, it's like they're doing rotoscope and stuff, but they are definitely not using like the kind of like mocap that we're used to today. Otherwise, it would really look like he was hanging on to somebody and not just like.
I would almost say the rotoscoping from Lord of the Rings was better than this. Because I was watching a little bit of that prepping for this today, and even for 1978, it still was very impressive for its time.
Yeah, but in a situation like this, where you have to have something actually interacting with it, it's a little rough.
Yeah. Even though back then nobody had any idea what the hell Lord of the Rings was. Now, see, that walk isn't terrible there.
And if there was any character that really annoyed me in this movie, it was Nails. It was that goofy freaking spider. My God. And Lady was just being chased by an X. All right. So, yeah.
You almost
have to... again.
You almost have to figure at the premiere of this when Brad Pitt and Gabrielle Byrne were watching for the first time. They're like, oh, God. Oh, well, there's a random, muscle-bound lady being chased by a guy with an axe. It's like there's such an degree of unpredictability when you're watching this for the first time.
Yeah, and all these little 10, 15 second. These were basically like animation vines before there was Vine.
I was going to say, I was going to say fillers. Time filler. I mean, this is an hour and 41. You needed a lot of this to be able to pull out that time.
Dancing so good.
Meanwhile,
it's like they are taking forever.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess they were trying to Hollywood becoming the new sex symbol. Try to, like I said, out Jessica Rabbit this. Because
I was wondering how many humans come through this place.
By the way, because that guy was the bouncer. Just like, ah.
Yeah, but apparently he's not Chico. But yeah, see, look at that.
Yeah, it's like
that is such a TikTok thing, man. It's like you put it up, it's like all of a sudden animation.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 13-year-old with Adobe can pull off that now.
Right. I have visions, so yeah, you have to be crazy to come here. But apparently, crazy doesn't make you stay.
Yeah. Was that ever really explained?
What?
The rules of being drawn in or drawn out of the world.
Correct. No. That's just like the dip from.
Oh my God! It's dip.
Yeah, I get it. My pen can give shots to people. Party!
You know, it's bizarre, as random as it is, it does make it additionally enjoyable. Initially, I was annoyed by it, but kind of really started to enjoy just the randomness of this.
Okay, now, here's the thing. Oldest law in Cool World. Noids do not have sex with doodles. How many of those doodles would you want to have sex with? Are you having sex with the black and white things that are flying around? Are you having sex with the purple gorilla that hangs around with Holly?
I imagine with 7 billion people on this planet, probably somebody out there would say yes.
Yeah.
But the fact that that's the only rule, and it applies to maybe like 2% of the population.
Keep your pencil in your pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, burn! Hair burn.
Exactly.
I do love the little kid who's just like, you could have taken a Maris. Why'd you have to be so yellow?
And back he goes.
Poor landing strategy.
A little rough on the stunt guy there, too.
Yeah, but it also shows he obviously has no control over any of this.
Well, the guy was in prison.
The only other doodle that could possibly get with annoyed.
And he leads. By the way, he also leads with "Hey, sexy" too.
Yeah, and she practically lives with him.
Yeah.
And mind you, again, we don't know how the stretch of time goes with a place like this. I doubt he's actually spent like 40 some odd years.
Well, he's clearly established himself over X amount of time, though.
Right.
What red-blooded American male who was just in war is going to go celibate for 40-something years?
Yeah. Hey, there's a tagline.
All right. You can only refill your pen so many times.
Dip your pen in the company ink. Yep.
Oh, that's Lynette. All right.
Yeah.
So then, I forget who the other girl was.
Hey, a man. A plug without a
What her
socket.
name is then.
Wow, David Bowie did the music for the for this.
Oh yeah, Real Cool World. That's the thing. This movie had like so many good elements to it, but it just got like thrown in a blender.
Now, in this case here, obviously, he can't have sex with a tune. But
Right.
but what can he do? Because she just kissed him. Yeah.
No crossing of the streams, basically.
So.
See, I will say there's an interesting aspect between like Lynette and Holly. It kind of reminds me of like Marilyn Monroe in a sense, how she was like Norma Jean before she was Marilyn Manson. And both of them do look similar, except one's got black hair, one's got blonde hair.
I'm poking right through her.
See?
Yeah, exactly. And how far away?
Nails. Calm yourself.
How far away is she there?
Far enough, apparently.
Yeah. These are like Dawson arms right there.
Random animal.
He was cock blocked.
Yeah.
Long before a cock block was ever made.
Technically more like paint blocked, really, but brush blocked.
Dude, I'm telling you, you got to go play Doodle Date.
So what was the whole point of him just like pacing around in the desert coming back home?
I feel like that was designed for another scene, and they're just like, let's just drop him in the desert.
Right.
And there he goes crazy again. I wish if every time I went crazy, I got transported someplace.
Eh. I guess it's got some borderline elements of Tron to this too. Or like I said later on, Monkey Bone, which was a terrible movie.
It was fun.
Monkey Bone was kind of dull. I mean, I was kind of disappointed by that. It's after like Brendan Fraser had like a couple low hanging. All right, Gabriel, in this scene, I just need you to cover your face and scream. What's my motivation? You're not gonna get hit by something we'll animate later.
Daffy Duck.
So yeah, this is Warner Brothers, obviously, because there was Superman in there, Joker was in there.
No. This is Paramount. Everything else is just a random facsimile thereof.
Okay, so that wasn't Daffy Duck, that was Laffy Duck.
Right. It was a black duck. That's all it was.
Humble abode, wow. It's like I said, generally speaking, I like a lot of the animation style and a lot of the choices here. I almost wonder
see right there, the use of like the black and white animations, that made sense. The kind of see-through take on me sort of stuff.
I have a feeling if they remade this, it would do really, really well.
Oh yeah, no, if this got like a reboot,
yeah.
After seeing what they did with Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, this would be epic.
Or anything. I mean, this is 30 years old at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batman 60s, this is not.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's Milton Berle.
Allergic to clouds. Of all the dumb bullshit.
Gee, I wonder where this scene was ripped from. Do you think they had this scene? They had the scene in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Yeah.
Pull
the lever!
Give him the spare. Ain't I a stinker? That is a busy street down there.
Yeah, they definitely did the animation after.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I feel like if this movie was actually redone now with the technology they have, by God, that could be really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And better
I
than
would have put
too.
nails in a pen years ago.
The only problem with this is that you would have to have so many pop culture pop-ins like they did with Space Jam 2 that I think it would hurt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of these animations were all original.
Yeah. You know,
I don't know if you could get away with like someone creating that much original content nowadays.
Well, what do I always say? There's not time for that. You know, it's fast food product now. So,
right.
I mean, hell, even commercials advertise multiple different things. So you can have a Taco Bell commercial advertising Thor.
Look at that janky cigarette in his hand.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It was fading in and out of between his fingers more so than he was holding it.
By the way, 80% of basically Holly's scenes are involved for dancing.
See, that they have a nice interaction. I would have loved to have seen more of that. Just bitch slap him. See, here's the thing that kills me. He's supposed to be like the cop and the authority and everything around here. What can he actually do to anybody?
Exactly.
You never see him actually enact any kind of punishment or law. He just walks around and tells people, stop.
Hmm.
That little moment is like, that was the line. Yes, that was the line. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes Brad Pitt,
all right.
Pitt sometimes actually says these lines without really understanding their context. And it's not his fault. It's just limited by what he can do.
Right. Again, the script got changed behind Bakshi's back. She. No, nothing. No, neither of you.
What's that?
Fine.
Say again.
I said it got changed behind Bakshi's back.
Oh yeah.
She.
Back. She's back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's not a giant penis. What a dick.
Why does the doorknob look like a form of a penis doorknob?
Well, that was another thing of Bakshi's with this movie. He said that because of the painting he had been doing up until this movie got made, back when he had like a little mini retirement, he wanted to create something where it looked like they were walking through a painting. So that's why a lot of the background looks very stylized but flat, because that's how it would be if you were walking through a painting. It would be like actual individual layers. It wouldn't be like 3D. It'd be a lot of 2D things stacked on top of each other.
Hey, you should change an outfit.
I really didn't understand that part.
What?
Huh?
What's that?
What part?
Where all the characters like stopped.
Because she's doing the one thing you're not supposed to do in Cool World.
I mean, he's been in prison for 10 years. What was the line from Whole 9 Yards? He'd sleep with a meat grinder if he had the chance.
Yeah.
Whole 9 Yards was a good movie. Whole 10 Yards was completely pointless.
See, this is some classic tunage right here.
Right.
That is not.
Time to stack bunch of junk.
That is a very pert nipple, by the way.
Who, hers or his?
His. Well, see, they're not really showing her nipples at all, but, you know, kid friendly.
And they go back to it. Persistent little buggers.
Back to one. Also, they can just watch this human and this, you know, animated character get laid.
He looks like he's asleep.
Like I said, so much of this is like, what's my motivation? You know, okay, imagine you have Kim Basic animated form.
I understand. It's Flash versus Ink, but still, there should be like at least some sort of like
move around a little. Yeah.
Yeah. He's laying there like he's part of the background.
Well, I guess that happened. Yeah, this is too rated.
I love the Pinocchio right inside of them.
Oh, you know, a monkey butthole right there too.
Oh, but that was brilliant. And that's the transference.
Yes. Starting with the nose.
She has that face of like, I'm actually in this thing. See, right there, the rotoscoping and everything looks good. Where it's like, it's perfectly layered and goes along with the movement.
Right.
And there just happens to be a annoyed dress that comes down from the heavens.
Well, it's still an animated world, you know.
Right, but I don't see the other clothing of anyone else having activity. Now, those are pert.
That's oh yeah.
That's
a
chilly
cold
set.
Yeah, it must be kind of cold there in Toon World.
Yeah.
Cool World.
You could see the wind was blowing just slightly, like a few of the hairs were moving. It's like they had to put a fan on her for that.
So she had to be in her early 30s when she did this.
Could be.
Because she's not no 20.
Well, this was, like I said, 3 years after Batman.
Leave, Nails.
Kim Basinger is 68 years old. Holy crap. So 1953. So she was 39 in this.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Wow.
He is really just ineffective as an officer of the law here. Like, he just does nothing.
Who you talking
He
about
walks
now?
through doors, and that's it.
He walks through doors and tells people to not do things.
Yes. He's basically every mall security cop there is.
And yet, basically, people actively try to kill each other on the streets, and he does nothing about it.
Yeah, see, here's another humanoid-esque doodle.
Mm-hmm.
What Noid is coming into the world and screwing that guy? Like, whose craziness and desperation is that low that's what you're going for? Even the massage, it's like, God damn it. They had so much potential in this film. Yeah. Oh, so much.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, Rob Zombie has come out and said that the budget for the Munsters was nowhere near 40 million. His exact words were, fuck, I wish it was.
So do we.
Yeah.
Well, that notwithstanding, but the idea that it was supposed to be, $40 million. Sludge hog? I'm going to use that word going forward. Matrix. Oh, they're in the Matrix. Okay, why not?
See? This is why I like Sparks. He's a sneak and a snitch. He had more character than most of the Noids, or most of the, doodles.
By the way,
Noids,
you notice that telephone looks a hell of a lot like Sebastian.
From a lot more personality than Jack has.
That's basically Sebastian from Little Mermaid right there.
Okay, this bit with the telephone is kind of funny.
Used to have glasses like that back when I was a kid. Used to have phrases
like
on
if
like
you
that.
just had that constant ringing in your head, yeah, you'd be going freakish. It's like, oh, I'm done.
I was.
Or just leave. See, now what was the point of that?
Yeah.
Right.
The worst possible thing just happened, And you're not telling the only other Noid in the area.
He just couldn't bring himself to pass on the bad news.
Tough shit!
Wow.
Glitter power.
I guess the mirror had to become real too. So this is 3 dimensions. It's like she's shaking like she's the one that just got sexually assaulted.
Meanwhile, let's not have acting between two actual actors here.
Nails is doing more acting, and I still want to shoot him. All nervous because he knows he has to go ahead do something that he can't.
Well, see, that's a smart way of doing it.
It's like if Fozzie Bear ended up becoming a cop.
Yeah.
Shot in the butt. And again, more human clothing that she just happens to have with her monogram on it. So I'm assuming doodle is also a slang term for shit.
You think?
They can't do doodle there.
Mm.
So basically, by calling them doodles, you're calling everything that lives there shit.
Mm.
I love how they're like, oh, she looks terrible.
She wanted this to be a kids movie, huh?
Forbid. What are you going to do? What can you do? He's like a granddad.
Don't you walk out that door. Don't you walk out. Don't you go out into your car. Don't you drive away.
Again, creative.
And was she supposed to like kick him there?
Pen me. Again, I really like MASH.
She is seductive, and he's. I don't know.
Anytime.
Did he fall through the table or something again? There we go. Going in and out of Cool World.
He forgot the match luggage.
It's like that line from Demolition Man. Somebody put me back in the fridge.
Yeah, and these two ineffective neighbors.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like he picked her up at the bar or at one of the showgirl things. We didn't know you'd like that kind of girl. See, even this stuff, like they could have gone like a whole good while of like making this a little bit more of a comedy if it was actually a she's in the real world and fish out of water sort of story. But they don't really spend too much time on it.
I don't know. I don't think they did a bad job with it, but again, it was toned down. By the way, Vegas World in the back looks a lot like Biff World from Back to the Future 2. Not anymore.
That's like the most he's done in the name of Law and Order this entire movie. And even then, it was just him being abusive.
He's seen other.
And by the way, Frank Sinatra Jr. of all people in his film.
Yeah, I know. Really. Now, see, I wouldn't start off Hollywood a place like this. I'd start out with I don't know, Taco Bell. Kind of ease your way into human society here a little bit. So that doesn't happen. All right, background guy, you're going to sit there while Kim Basinger sniffs you. And action.
That's a good party.
Yeah. And there it is.
Reminds me of when I went to parties in college. It's like all my female friends went in. It's like, nope, not you.
Dang.
You went to parties in college? No, I never even did that.
Yeah.
And he has that power somehow.
Which does absolutely nothing. So what's the point of it?
Well, it scares that guy the hell off. Oh, okay. Suddenly he's now, wimpy or something?
Brian. This is such a precursor to Family Guy, it's not even funny. Again, Frank Sinatra Jr. singing and dancing with a cartoon character in all white.
Yeah.
This is what turned him on to it. Seth MacFarlane pretty much was like, hey, I loved you in Cool World. Would you like to do that again? By the way, it's a dog. It's like, does it walk on two legs? It's like, yeah. It's like, all right, we can work with that.
Now, in a real situation like this, security would be like, all right, she's out.
Well, if it was real security, don't forget, this is Vegas.
That's true, yeah. And the funny thing is, Frank Sinatra Sr. was still alive at this point.
Hmm.
Son, I have to talk to you about your Hollywood career for a second.
Was he alive by this time?
Yes, he was. He died in 1995.
Oh God, this might have been what killed him.
Hey, that's sexist. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Lawn. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, now we have some character development. Finally.
Okay.
Oh, she's got an ugly cry face.
Strangely refreshing, to actually have real acting.
Yeah, so at first I was like, okay, so he's turning into a doodle himself. But now she's popping into doodle form, and it doesn't even look like what she looked like before.
Nah.
So what's
And
the point?
nobody there is shitting themselves. Oh, hey, that's funny. What a neat trick in Vegas.
Wow, that's some Siegfried and Roy stuff right there. Where's the tiger? Oh no, my heel.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, they never explained this either.
Yeah.
Why they have this side effect.
Now, you said this was a comic, though, right?
Hmm?
You said this was a comic?
Well, the idea was that he was a comic book artist taking his visions of Cool World and putting it to ink and paper.
No, but I'm
That's
saying there was an actual, comic.
I don't know if they ever did make a comic book afterwards. I think just because of the poor reception of the film, no one ever attempted it. Because if you did, you'd probably need Ralph Bakshi to do a lot of the pencil work.
You know what could have been if they do this movie? I will be flipping my wig if I have hair.
Right, and there would have been a market for this. I mean, you look at the comic books from like the early '90s that
Yep.
were underground and a little bit more brutal. Think of like The Mask and and Wildcats and
Men
things
in
that
Black.
weren't necessarily DC or Marvel.
Yeah.
Now,
They really could have made this into a comic book series.
so Sega Genesis is starting to do the movie productions. And
Yeah,
stuff.
and so they made. I know they made the video game Cool World. I saw that for Super Nintendo. I don't know if it ever made it to Genesis.
No, suppose they decide to do a current Comic Zone movie.
Comic Zone would be fun too. Yes.
Now, there was a Cool World comic that ran for 6 months, probably around the time movie was released. There
Just
was a movie,
6 months.
There was a movie adaptation. I'm finding two. There was a movie adaptation, and then another one that ran for 6 months. But I don't know if that one that ran for 4 months. I don't know if that one that ran for 4 months ended up being something that was an adaptation or its own story.
She's been nuts.
Yeah, you never tell a girl that she's nuts, though. Never.
Right.
And then years after this, she was the mom in 8 Mile? Eminem's mom.
What are you gonna do about it? When does anyone not do something about it whenever you say something?
That was
they're already doing. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
I'm angry.
branding.
Yeah. Product placement.
Why are we still bothering with these people? Really?
Mm.
Isn't that a
so
cop
apparently
car?
Trash Man is a real comic book.
Is it really? Nice.
Yeah, apparently some of the animation is based off of the drawings that were done
Hmm.
for Trash Man. Again, really trying to keep like the I guess the underground feel of it all.
He's back. And now at this point,
You know what? I never really noticed this.
Hmm?
It's not even so much that he's back, but he's back in the way that he was when he left. He's still bruised and everything from the crash.
It's good call. But also now at this point, it's 47 years later. How's he going to adapt to that?
But yeah, I never really realized that until now. I just thought he got bruised when he entered the thing, but no, really, it's from that time. So that tells you how time works here. It's just however you left is how you come back.
Hmm.
Push him! Push him! Do it now! Do it now!
Do it. Hmm. Hmm.
Now, see, if you didn't think they were talking about cartoons, that kind of dialogue would have been in like any Las Vegas gangster film.
Really would have, yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So much so the director wasn't even sure what was going on.
Hmm. Vegas Vinny.
Yeah. That's the alias of who's being used here. So that's the only purpose for her being here. So they have a card for the third act. Terrible.
Wait, that dude. God, that guy looks familiar. Him.
Okay.
That dude.
He's a regular character actor.
Yeah.
The name
Somebody actually
escapes
sort of.
me. But
What's
he's
that?
been in some mob movies.
Yeah. Ha ha ha! Comedy. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
You know, Vegas Vinny.
I think it's Vinny. Yeah.
You know, that name that no one could have made up. Hmm. Showgirls. Another bad movie we should watch one day.
Probably should. Yeah. Only a few years after this too. Elizabeth Berkley desperately trying to no longer be tied to Saved by the Bell.
And the sex in that movie is just as awkward as the sex in this one. Yeah, see, there you go. So it's Doc Whiskers. And you're telling all of this now.
Yeah.
You couldn't have said any of this stuff prior, back when there was the possibility of sex happening.
Hmm.
Chico would have let me in. Well, what's with these doors? They don't slide open like the other ones. What's with the shake and shimmy? It's like... It's like part Duckman and part Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duckman.
Howard the Dark Man. Yeah. Run, tiny guy, run! Run, 3 children in an overcoat. Day, you all right over there? Day?
Oh,
yeah.
What's up?
No, just seeing if you're enjoying yourself.
So.
No, I
You've
was
been quiet and looking down.
My screen is right here.
Oh, you're watching that phone. I could never watch a full movie on that. My eyes are already bent up as it is.
Yeah, my neck's a little stiff too.
I touched it, but I couldn't hold it. There is so much innuendo in this movie.
Yeah.
My God. I mean, you are tiny, yeah.
You're forcing that spike.
She couldn't open that door, like, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll knife you. I promise I will.
As they're driving in a Ford Taurus.
It looks like she's threatening a child.
Home stretch, almost done with this.
I would hurt her. I'd absolutely hurt her.
By the way, the bouncer's name, the actor's name is Big Yank.
Nice.
Reminds me of that scene from Ghostbusters when they're going up the stairs.
Yeah, and they're doing it in heels and 1940s loafers.
Yeah, didn't she lose a heel at one point? How did you get them both back?
Well, it just came off when she left the bar.
Okay.
She probably picked it up.
Probably going those stairs on heels is probably very difficult, I would think.
Right.
Well, no Scooby-Doo stuff happening here. Which apparently that's a power. Going through walls when you're a doodle. I guess the physical limitations of the world don't necessarily apply to you. even though Doc was wearing full clothing. So,
what was the character from BoJack Horseman? Vincent Adultman or something?
Yes. Something like that.
Ow. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I love that insult, but I do. See, this right here feels like the only part of the movie where it could have still been like R-rated.
Mm-hmm.
Because it still has that kind of tension. Same kind of old kind of like 90s third act movies with stuff like this.
Mm.
She's going to try it again. Oh, that's slow-mo.
No.
That is so stupid. Like,
do one more for safety.
Why would you even set up that possibility and then just boof it? By the way, a lot of the other voices, as well as Doc there, Maurice LaMarche.
Yes, I saw his name on the credits there. Yeah, I was going to say pre-Animaniacs. Or Ed Wood, for that matter.
Just shoot her!
How you going to shoot her?
I'm sorry, but you know what? This is kind of like the same issue with Multiverse of Madness. There are so many ways to take her out, and you do none of them. It's not even like she looks like his mom and like has some sort of like flashback as to like helping her and would help the mom in some way. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, one second he's ready to shoot her to save the universe. Now he's like, all right, well, you know what? I'm going to have to save you.
Yeah, I should let you fall and do those things. Yeah, you should, but you're not.
Well, listen, he's lawful good. When you're like that, you have to sacrifice everything, for the blonde Kim Basinger with pert nipples.
No, he's treating it like this is wartime. It's like no man left behind. Except this crazy doodle bitch. And the zip line that's actually connected to him as you see him go down.
Anyway.
Okay.
What a weird coincidence. The pen fell. I think faster than he did. Did the pen is he still falling?
No, he dropped.
Oh, did he?
But yeah, see, here's where it just gets weird. It's like I thought like Brad Pitt was supposed to be the hero really in all this. But then Doc is like, Jack, this is your chance to make it right. This is your destiny. Like, is it really? No, he's not.
Yeah.
Hardly. There has been nothing that Jack has done throughout this movie that proves that he has a heroic bone in his body.
Actually,
he's just the last guy left alive.
Actually, it was a bone in his body that caused all of this.
Yes.
And also, for what it's worth, Brad Pitt looks really, really good for a guy who dropped like 75 stories.
Yeah.
He didn't squish as much.
Eh. I.
Oh, upskirt shot. As she's convulsing. She's dancing around like Enchantress from Suicide Squad.
So Brad Pitt falls 75 stories, road pizza, and nobody notices. I know this is Vegas, but somebody would probably notice that.
Yeah.
Well, even just running through the halls, it's like they must have had some cameras or something, didn't they? Some security. They got him at the casino floor. Why they weren't there any during the entirety of the hotel? And that's not phallic.
The spike is so big.
And shiny. And white. 2 words you rarely hear together.
Yeah. It's like merging the spirit realm in like Legends of Korra.
Oh yeah, they're going full Night on Bald Mountain with this. With some really trippy 90s aesthetics. Yeah, now she looks like normal. She doesn't look like a clown. No real reason why.
She looks just straight evil, though.
I guess it's just the pure power. Yeah, and then instead of the mustachioed big man that he was before, he becomes this.
Yeah, it was instead of clown guy, he's, ow. She is really violent to guys' nuts, isn't she?
See, this feels more accurate to the character because she's psychotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not deserve to be a superhero. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. Because he's given the Spike a foot job? What? Like...
Ha!
Okay, now these gags I can get behind. And then she becomes one and it's like, whatever. The wolves always that Tex Avery sort of feel. She's just like not bothered. It's like I've seen worse. Now, see, this right here is the action that you got from Bakshi back when he was working on the New Adventures of Mighty Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like a little orphan Annie.
Nazi references, those go well.
Okay.
So that's where they come from. Elvis and the Ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, good movie if you ever get to see it.
Never saw that one.
Elvis? It was pretty good.
Oh, okay. Not that you said it was. I thought you said another movie called Elvis and the Ladies.
No.
Like all one those right. Unhand me, fiends. Oh, okay. Why not?
This is so Mighty Mouse.
Mm.
Yeah, see, look at that face. No. That is not the face of a hero. No. The man is psychotic.
Well, they're kind of made for each other that way.
Even she's like, eh. That was the big conflict.
Give me the spike. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't give me
that's
the
not
spike.
really
Yeah.
stopping him much. Oh, that was some classic tunage right there. But yeah, this just felt like such an ineffective finale.
It's almost like they didn't know what to do.
Surprise, surprise.
Mm.
Dead or
Where'd the horse come
alive.
from? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
Who wants him?
He's gone. The convict that was living across the street from us just moved back. That I randomly kept showing up at his house for.
How are the powers beyond your understanding?
Mhm.
You created the thing. You started at the beginning. You should know how it works. You made it.
Meanwhile, still dead on the pavement. Oh, but again, like the beginning of the movie. You know, you can tell he's dead. There's a little bit of blood.
Just
Wow.
go home. Just... It says all celebrating. It's like, what exactly are they celebrating? Are they celebrating that they're back home?
Mm-hmm.
Are they celebrating that Holly is gone?
Can you feel a brand new day?
You gotta feel bad for Lynette.
Mm.
Like, I can't say there's like sympathy for many of the characters in this movie, but as far as Harris and Lynette, I feel sympathy for them.
Mm.
You have to, because they tried to make it work regardless of the rules. Look at her. She's doing the best acting of the whole movie.
I'm gonna kill that bitch.
Who pushed them? Who pushed these actors? Hollywood.
That bitch.
Hey, Deus Ex. Oh my god, that's terrible. Whoa. That's like Clerks animated series bad. Yeek. Really? You couldn't animate a better face than that?
Save the world. He did nothing. He should have been the one to save the world, but no.
But that is an amazingly convenient plot device.
Nails, God damn it, you cock blocker. Which, by the way, hold on. The rule goes, what happens to Noids who travel to the cool world who are knocked off by a doodle
become noids themselves or become doodles themselves because logic.
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, clearly it's happened before.
Yeah.
And if that was truly the rule, why didn't he just make himself a doodle from the get-go? If he didn't really want to go back, why stay annoyed?
Yeah, what happened with these two?
They just end up in a comic book, stuck in a panel.
Huh.
And that was Cool World with
Brad Pitt.
so many plot holes.
Yes. The movie was so bad, like Ryan said. No, so many plot
Bob.
holes,
That was the girl's name, Bob.
But animation, the background, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But there was so
like I said
many plot holes, like Ryan said.
Yeah, like I said from the beginning, there were a lot of good concepts here. There was a lot of stuff that, if put in a different movie or if given Ralph Bakshi's original vision, it really could have worked. This could have been like an underground sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Now people just want to put it in the ground.
Well, the problem with this movie is, like you said, there were so many different possibilities of directions that could have gone that it couldn't figure out what to do. It went in every possible direction here, and as a result, it went nowhere.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, it did mention the fact that basically the UPM on this was a guy named Scott White. Scott White was the UPM on Gotham on Fox. And I'm really wondering if it's the same Scott White.
Who knows? I mean, Gotham itself had a very like noir sort of feel to it, so I wouldn't be surprised considering some of the vibes that you got off this.
I mean, I'll look at it later just to find out for sure, but I'm very curious right now to find out if that was true or not.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not surprised that this didn't do well in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid standpoint, watching this, it looks freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, that's the whole problem. This was a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, they couldn't decide what it wanted to be. I mean, it's like basically if you tried to do heavy metal as a younger film, it wouldn't have flied.
If you try to do anything Bakshi, that shouldn't work. Most of his work was either non-rated or NC-17, like Fritz the Cat.
Yeah, but I mean, Lord of the Rings, though. I mean, that was PG-ish.
No, but that was an adaptation. That wasn't an original idea or anything. Anything he did originally was always just pushing the envelope. And here it's like the producers handled the envelope.
Well, that happens a lot anyway. But as far as this movie goes, I mean, like I said, it could have been better if they did a remake of it. I think and it was done the right way. I think this could be a really, really great film in this. And again, I'm not talking something where you have so many pop culture references dropped in, but something where you have that kind of random nuance in the background and the foreground that you're allowing the animators to just roll with. But that is not a 2022 type movie.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, I mean, obviously, if you went ahead and used the technology that they had now with motion capture, with green screen, with some of the sets like the one they used for The Mandalorian, with all that wide berth of like space and area that you can work with, it could be very immersive. It could probably be like Avatar in a sense, with all the CGI and all the like the creation that they have to use to make the world real. But nope.
Yeah.
And in the least with this movie.
Right.
Well, I'd like to point out also, Ryan, this movie was your idea because you gave us the schedule for these 4 weeks here.
Yes, and mind you, like I said, I have enjoyed this movie when I was younger. It was one of those ones I really shouldn't have watched, but I did. But now looking at it with more jaded eyes,
well, you're an older
after being
now, so.
in the industry, after making work of my own, I see something like this, and it's like, oh, I feel for Ralph Bakshi. I really do. I would have loved to have seen his original creation. Because I want to believe that it would have been like loads better than this. And now that's like the kind of cartoons that we watch nowadays, the kind of stuff that you see on Amazon Prime itself, whether it be Legend of Vox Machina or Invincible.
Mhm.
or what's any anime that you watch nowadays. All that stuff surpasses this so much, and it's
Oh
shown
yeah.
us what is capable. That I feel like I can't get behind this one anymore.
Like I
Yeah.
said, we said this in the beginning. It has not aged well.
Yeah, no, it has moments, but as far as like actually sitting down and watching it for enjoyment,
Now you don't want to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, you look at basically, like I said, the year prior we had Terminator 2. The year after that, I believe it was the year after that, we had Jurassic Park. So wedged in between that, you had this one. So you had something that fell by the wayside, graphically speaking, compared to those two. I mean, even if year prior was Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. That in some ways was like this, but a little bit better.
what am I going to do with this?
Keep it as
added as the part of the collection of like, oh my god, I actually have this.
No,
Nah.
I actually thought I had a good idea with Comic-Con and everything coming up, and now it's like, now I'm just kind of depressed myself.
That's okay. Listen, we got 3 more.
That's why this is a Suck-Tacular.
2 of them I'm really going to hate there too. One of them I didn't hate so much, but
all right. So what's the other 2 films?
Ryan?
Well, the other 3 films that we do have lined up, even though we haven't set the schedule for the Thursdays yet, are Master of Disguise with Dana Carvey, Caddyshack 2 with the late great Jackie Mason.
Replacing Rodney Dangerfield, by the way.
Yep. And Shaquille O'Neal's Kazam. Not Shazam. Kazam.
Good luck with that.
He's like, I'm out.
I take it that means you're tapping out of those.
Well, hopefully they're on the phone.
Well, no. That's why I picked them out. Any of the movies that we watch, we always make sure that they are available on the common streaming platforms that we utilize.
Oh, okay.
So between those movies, there's another one available on Amazon Prime, one is available on HBO Max, and one is available on Disney Plus.
Gotcha.
Kazam is actually available on Disney because it was a Fox movie.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Okay, Shaquille. Norg native. I'm
Sure
going to
represent.
tolerate.
Yes.
So,
back when
does that mean that if we were to say run Kazam next week, you'd be up for that day?
Yes.
Anytime now.
He said it twice. He said it two times.
He's saying that no. I need to feel it. I honestly need to hear it because it's so low I can't hear you.
Yes.
I'll count it.
Yes. Unlimited power. No.
Unlimited power. Yeah, by the way, Ian McDermott. 40 years as Ian McDermott is basically his Palpatine now.
Yes. So officially, next week, next Thursday, as part of the Bad Movie Beatdown Summer Suck-Tacular, we will be watching Shaquille O'Neal and his Oscar-nominated role, Kazam. Or Shazam, whichever makes it easier for you to find it.
Because, that's really what you want to do. Actually, you want to hunt for this thing, really, for this masterpiece.
Actually, no, that might be a little bit hard because the whole joke of it was that, like, back in the day, it's like everyone just called it Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
Now that there actually is a Shazam movie, I don't want people to be confused.
I don't think people will be.
No.
I think you're probably okay there.
No. I would have watched Baby's Kids.
He's already regretting the decision, but
so
look at it this way. Look, you have a Deadpool shirt on now. Deadpool is going to be available on Disney Plus too, so you can watch that afterwards.
So
that's not helping.
So. Are we good, gentlemen?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Any final thoughts? I shared my piece about my elderly dismay of.
That's 2 hours of my life I'm not getting back. So.
The moment where I say, damn it.
The only thing, and I'll be honest with you, of the other 3 movies that we have to see, I own Caddyshack 2, so that one I've seen. I've never seen the other 2. Not fully. I've seen clips.
First one was good.
First
Oh,
one was
yeah,
okay.
no, first one's classic.
No, I think he's
Everyone
talking
always
about
says the second
Master of
one was just
Disguise and
too much.
yeah, Master of Disguise. No, that Jennifer Esposito does not actually put that on her resume, and neither does was it Elizabeth Banks? I forget who. There's somebody in that movie, and like an unbridledly racist character.
Sounds about right for that time, yeah.
But it was somebody that basically went on to something much, much bigger from there.
Look, all I know is Turtle Club.
Oh, now I did see that film. I don't know. As a kid,
I have not. So that'll be interesting for me.
Kenan Thompson, Bo Derek is in it. Brent Spiner is in it. Brent Spiner is the villain in this movie.
Data's the villain?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, that's definitely coming after Kazam.
Who was it? I don't know. There's somebody in there. I remember seeing like something, but I'll look it up. I'll figure it out later. But all right, folks, I guess we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So 1 down, 3 to go, and well, let's face it, facts. After that's going to get a lot worse because Ryan, buddy Ryan, has basically decided for us, and he's probably right, that we are going to watch The Rings of Power when it comes out. We're going to watch Lord of the Rings, the Amazon Prime take on that, using none of the material that was really used by Tolkien.
Ah!
You're pointing the wrong way. You got to point in the other direction.
The upwards of $1 billion that was spent by Amazon on this. And we're going to see
try it now.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to that.
I'm shaking like Kim Basinger in the movie.
All right, Jen.
Now, hold on. I should also mention, while we will be doing Rings of Power, we're only going to be doing it in a sense that we did Boba Fett. We'll do the first few episodes. If we can't stand it, we will stop. I don't want to put anyone through anything that they don't want to be put through.
Why am I even doing this?
Audience, one more time.
But as we've been doing, we'll probably be doing a second show along the same timeline. And more than likely, I'm pretty sure that second show is going to be She-Hulk.
That might be your department, though.
Yeah.
I may not have time to do both.
Well, it depends on when things release. I don't know if it's going to be a Wednesday or Thursday or a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I that must make up for it a little bit.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, all right. Yes,
Yeah.
head pats.
So, all right, I'm calling it. It is like hot as hell down here.
Yeah.
Pushing 80 degrees in this place, man.
It's hot up here.
Again, no problem at my place.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
all right, sir. Thank you. So,
wait. This is how we do the salute.